Hello there, this is John Hauser with my YouTube channel, Free Advice from 76 Years and the Grumpy Old Toad. My oldest daughter, who will be 56 this year, bought me this mug. She bought it at Cracker Barrel. She said, "That's for me, Grumpy Old Toad." Hey, you have to have a sense of humor. Oh, I need a drink. If you watch my videos, you're going to realize I probably break every rule that has to do with public speaking. I laugh. I drink out of my mug. The last video I made was on how to think. I'm going to continue on that because thinking is extremely important for me to build my YouTube channel. If you want to build your YouTube channel, I would suggest you do the same thing. As I said earlier, one of the best ways to figure out what you're going to do your YouTube channel on, and one of the best ways you're going to figure out about what to say, is to do 3 pages a day. I have a whole stack of these journals, and I started this practice years ago. It's very simple. You get up in the morning, you get your hot tea, you get your hot coffee, you go to a quiet place, hopefully you have an office or a study, and you begin to write. And you begin to write, and you begin to think about life and what you want to write. And sometimes I have sat down and I've written, I don't know what to write. And I would write that over and over again. I don't know what to write. I would write it down over and over again until all of a sudden it starts to pop out what I'm supposed to write. It's a form of automatic writing. You begin to wake up the subconscious mind. It helps you to determine what you're going to do with your YouTube channel, what you're going to say. Years ago, I was in sales, and I had a very long, successful sales career. And I started this practice many, many years ago, and I would get up 30 minutes early in the morning, 30 minutes earlier than normal, and I would go downstairs to my study and I would begin to write. And I would write my way through my life. And writing and getting those ideas helped me in my sales career. Writing helped me. Now, something else that helped me, and I've talked about this earlier in some of my other videos, is to read the right books. This book here, I'm not selling books. You can just order this from Amazon. You might find it in the used bookstore. You might find it in your local bookstore. This book here was written many, many years ago, probably earlier, maybe in the 1950s, 1960s, somewhere in that range. But it's probably one of the best books ever written on how to think. It was written by a psychologist, or maybe he was a psychiatrist. He has pictures on the back here. Here he is. It's a great book, The Magic of Thinking Big, and it's about how to think. And if you're going to be successful in any line of work, I don't care if you have a lawn service, you're going to have to think about how you're going to do that lawn service and how you're going to do it better and how you're going to get more customers and provide better service. Doctor, lawyer, teacher, YouTube channel requires us to think. And I think that probably the number one way to build a YouTube channel is be thinking about what you're going to say next. I've also, in my other video, recommended this book here, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I also mentioned the YouTube channel. It's called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And Earl Nightingale, I actually have it on CD, The Strangest Secret. I can listen to this while I'm going down the road in my car because my car has a CD player. The Strangest Secret. Earl Nightingale talks about the strangest secret. The strangest secret, what has to do with thinking. Thomas Edison, I recently read his bio, carried little scraps of paper with him around all the time, and he was constantly writing down notes, constantly writing down ideas. He even kept a notepad next to his bed and a pencil. If he woke up in the middle of the night and he had an idea or a thought, he would write it down. Einstein did basically the same thing. Einstein said that while he was writing about the theory of relativity, Thomas Edison was using it. And these are people that think. And one of the things that we've got going on in the world today is people don't think the way they should think. And I'm talking about sitting down and thinking your way through a problem or a process or what you're going to do next. It's extremely important. Now, I do want to talk about something else real quick here. As far as building a YouTube channel, you may not have this problem, but I do have this problem. And it has to do with the busy mind, and sometimes I have trouble sleeping. So if you are having trouble sleeping, there's several things that I can recommend. One of those things is to read before you go to bed. And sometimes I will even read standing up because that helps to burn up some physical energy and it helps to burn up some mental energy while you're reading. The other thing that I recommend is some brief exercise during the day or casual exercise. You don't have to lift weights or run a marathon, but exercise helps to burn off that excess energy and stress. Now, in addition to that, and I want to tell you right now, up front, I am not selling any of this stuff. There's no links on my site to buy this stuff. I may do that in the future, but I'm really just starting out now. I'm just making recommendations. Sometimes in the evening, I will do a cup of hot chamomile tea. Chamomile is one of those herbs that will help you to relax. So I do a cup of tea at night, and I drink a cup of chamomile tea, and it helps me to relax. And if I don't relax, then when I try and close my eyes, this thing up here in my head, this giant computer inside the big giant head won't slow down. So I have to slow down using some natural relaxers. Don't use drugs. There's no need to use drugs. So chamomile tea. The other thing that I'll do is I will take some melatonin. And you can order stuff like this from Amazon. You can buy it in your local drugstore. Things to help me relax. And the reason being is you need to get a good night's sleep. You need to be able to rest. And if you can rest and get a good night's sleep, then the next day you will be able to think clearly. I'll give you an example. The last few evenings we have been very busy. I mean, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, we had something going on each evening. But last night I was determined that I was going to get a good night's sleep, a good long sleep, because I wanted to do this today. So I used some cozy chamomile, some chamomile tea. I used some melatonin, which is actually, melatonin is actually a human growth hormone, but it helps your body to relax. And I used some of that, and I went to bed, and I slept all night. And I slept soundly. I slept so hard, I had to wake up and rest. A little humor there. Woke up refreshed. I woke up refreshed and thinking, wow, that was a good night's sleep. Now I can get up and do some YouTubing and some other stuff, some thinking. Now, I retired about 8 years ago, almost to the day. I was 68 when I retired. I'm 75, soon to be 76 right now. And it is very important, if you're doing YouTube or if you're doing anything, to get proper rest. If you get proper rest, your mind will work better, your memory will work better, your daily activities will work better, and it will also help you to avoid being a grumpy old toad. So this is John Hauser with my YouTube channel, Free Advice. I'm going to continue to build my YouTube channel. If you have any comments or questions, put them below. Be glad to answer them. But again, to build a YouTube channel is very, very important. You learn the mechanics. It's not that hard. But from there, you've got to learn how to think. And that's the strangest secret. The strangest secret is how to think. And again, one of the ways that I learned how to think many years ago was to write. An author of a book, a person that's writing a book, will write 3 to 5 pages a day. Compare building a YouTube channel to that. Building a YouTube channel is very similar to writing 3 to 5 pages a day. You can take those thoughts that you put in your daily journal of 3 to 5 pages a day and convert those thoughts into a YouTube channel. This is John Hauser with Free Advice, Grumpy Old Toad saying, see you next time. Thank you very much.